everybody feeling fine. There ain't no business like show business, baby. It is showtime. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have a good time, each and every one.
So tell me what it's like actually editing the footage that comes from a reality series like Whale Wars, where I'm sure there must be a lot of raw footage that's very difficult to work with in the setting that everything's shot in.
Yeah, no, we definitely have a lot of raw footage, but what I enjoy about the series, and what I think everybody who works on the series enjoys, is that what happens on the show is real. It's real life consequences, real risks being taken, real issues at stake. So for us to just kind of filter in and find the stories within that, I love the process of going in and finding the right stories to tell.
And it's one of the greatest things about it is the people in the show are so passionate and believe in the cause so greatly. It's easy to tell the story in a lot of ways.
This episode was pretty powerful even before we started cutting. The footage when it came in was amazing and moving, so it was, before we had even made anything out of it, it was already powerful stuff. Very exciting to work with.
How many cameras are you guys working with? Is it a multiple?
Depends on the scene. A lot of times there's up to 6 cameras, 7 cameras, probably at most 7 cameras going at once. But we have about they shoot for about 3 months out there. We create episodes out of it.
And keep in mind that the boats themselves are actually very large, so while 7 cameras might be running, you'll have a camera on the bridge and a camera on one deck and a camera on another deck of the ship. So if there's action, say, between their boat and a whaling vessel, we will be getting that action from 3 or 4 different parts of the boat. So we have a lot of different angles as well as reaction shots of people going in the bridge. It's a very well shot show.
I was just going to ask if there's ever a challenge of, one camera capturing something really good, and then maybe a giant wave comes and you don't have a shot to cut back to you. Do you ever have challenges like that? And if you do, how do you manage them?
Well, it's always a challenge when you're editing a reality series, especially one that's as difficult to shoot and predict as this, because our show, unlike other shows which have setups and producers and camera setups, what happens, and they kind of just have to get it in real time. So it is a challenge, but our camera crew does a great job of kind of picking things up and giving us enough elements and pieces from all over the ship that allows us to tell the stories that we need to tell.
Yeah, they've been doing this for several years now. They really know what they're doing. It's something you can't train for. You go down there and they've learned it over time. And it's amazing what they manage to do. And I would not want to be down there at all.
Yeah, no, it's one of those shows where the camera crew themselves are actually risking their lives. We had a scene in season 2 where they were going through ice and the ship was getting hit from all sides. They were worried that the rope locker was going to get punctured and the ship was going to sink. And there was a cameraman down there with the people who were monitoring the ship getting banged. The cameraman actually ended up getting so scared that he left the camera sitting down there, because if the ship was to sink and they were to drown, those would be the first people to get stuck, because they would have to seal them in to prevent the water from sinking the ship. So the crew is really risking their lives to capture these stories.